I'm Pat Miller, and on the next episode of the Professional Photographer Podcast, we'll talk with Jonathan Lee about real estate photography.
So, as anybody who knows, first starting out in photography, things can be very sporadic. And so, I was just looking for something to fill in the gaps between weddings and portraits and things like that. And I quickly realized that in my area, there was only a handful of really competent real estate photographers. And I felt like anything in business, you find a need, you plug the need. And I felt like there was a need for somebody who does everything. I wanted to be able to do the entire package. So I work directly with the realtors in the area. They can reach out to anybody as their photographer. And being that I'm a full service real estate group here, I do photos, video, virtual tours, and aerial work, floor plans, anything and everything you could possibly need to shoot a home. They book my services. I show up that day, take care of whatever it is that they need taken care of. Next business day turnaround is a huge thing in this industry. So everything that I do on one day is typically delivered to the client by around 9 a.m. the next morning. So real estate photography is all about selling the home, selling the estate, so to speak, right? So you're selling the land, the home, the location, things like that. Where a lot of people tend to go wrong when they get into real estate photography, they think that real estate photography crosses over with like Airbnbs and short-term rentals and things like that. That's more of a commercial aspect because at that point, you're now selling the experience. So there's so much more involved in selling the experience versus selling the home. So whenever I go in for a real estate and I'm shooting a home, I have to think about the ethical side of things. I cannot misrepresent that property. So there are certain angles and stuff that I will take that will maybe minimize some distractions. I can't do a lot of heavy-handed editing and things like that. I have to make sure that the property is properly represented for the sake of my clients because I don't want them getting in trouble for having misrepresented the property. When it comes to the Airbnb side of things, you have a little bit more leeway as far as making it pretty, using different types of lighting techniques, photographing different things such as the amenities that are available to the property. As we grow up and we get older, when we look at photos, we know what we like and we know what we don't like. And so there's so much more about real estate photography that lends into psychology and marketing than it does into artistic vision. Their baseline expectations are consistent quality. The only person that can talk to that client are the pictures and the media that you provide for that realtor. So you are that realtor's face and brand when they can't speak. So they want to align themselves with somebody who is a consummate professional, that you're always on time, that you produce high quality results